you were used, right? And it didn't start with the podcast. You guys are not little kids. You are 30 years old, right? People in your age have families and they have a career, but you're not little,
No.
right? You need to stop infantilizing yourself. It's like, we're just stupid people doing stupid stuff. You're 30 years old and you need to be aware of what's happening in the world and that your reach and your platforms mean something. I mean, you guys asked him the one good question when you told them,
Bassem Youssef just destroyed the Nelk Boys in the recent Full Send podcast, which I believe features the most idiotic people Bassem Youssef has ever schooled. You won't believe how the Nelk Boys damaged the whole Israel-Palestine thing without even doing any research. There are a lot of things I'm going to cover, and I promise you have never seen a roasting of the Nelk Boys like this before. So let's watch the video.
Forum. What was your reaction when you saw that we had Benjamin Netanyahu on the Full Send
well,
podcast?
I didn't know about what's. I am sorry to say, like because I'm not your demographic, so I didn't know who the Nelk Boys is. But like I found my DMs exploding. It's like, did you see what the Nelk Boys did? It's like, who the fuck are the Nelk Boys? And then I didn't know that you're that big. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not your targeted demography, so I apologize for my ignorance. So and then I started following what's going on and the aftermath. And I being in the public eye for 15 years, I understand what does it mean to be in a very tough situation, and now trying to crawl out of that situation. It's difficult, especially with the backlash, because the bigger you are, So I heard many of the justification that happened, saying that, well, you know, it was a great opportunity, and I'm like, wouldn't you like get him on the podcast? I said, yes. If somebody told me, would you interview Netanyahu? I was like, hell yeah, but I'll be prepared. And I think the biggest part of you that you were not prepared. 2 years under like the biggest genocide in our history, you guys had no idea what's going on. If somebody told me, hey, you're going to be tomorrow on the starting five of the Lakers in the NBA, it's like, that's a great opportunity, but I'm not prepared. I'm not going to make a fool out of myself. Mm-hmm. So it's not about you platforming someone or someone giving a chance for free speech. You were used, right? And it didn't start with the podcast. It started 2 years ago in March 2023 when you went to Israel, because I know, like I told you, that Israel has increased their Hasbara budget, which is their propaganda machine, with $150 million. And part of that money goes to influence people in college campuses, hire influencers like you, getting them into fancy trips to Israel, giving them this filtered, layered picture.
$150 million just to spread propaganda? My God. I knew they were spending money, but I didn't know the money is this big. And now I noticed from watching so many people's podcasts, whenever they are losing debate on Israel on their podcast, suddenly they starts to attacking the ones who are actually winning the argument with Palestine. Now I finally understand why they do that. I don't want to take any names, but you guys can guess and comment down below which podcasters are making money from this $150 million propaganda budget.
So even if October 7th didn't happen, you were used in a propaganda machine to tell people this is what you need to know about Palestinians. They're just like a bunch of people with cows and goats marrying two people, living in a tent, happy with a pita bread and milk. So you were recruited in March 2023 and you were activated in July 2025, right? So, and I'm saying this because I'm saying this out there for all of the influencers around there, because there's a lot of people got backlash. There's influencers who went there like wearing IDF. It's like, we didn't know what was going on. Like he was like, I didn't know I'm kissing a Jewish wall.
I mean, yeah, I can definitely admit that. I mean, I think we were both just ignorant to what was going on over there. And obviously, you know, I knew he was, I'll be honest, I thought he was controversial, but I was definitely ignorant to what was going on in that area. And I can admit that. And it was definitely, I wish we could have gone back and, you know, had 2 weeks to sit down with someone like yourself and just, we should have grilled him 50,000, 100,000 times harder, but something we can't get back. And we'll probably always regret
Of course,
that,
but I know you can't get back this like trip in Israel. They are covering something, They when they spread all of this propaganda, it's like we're not starving people in Gaza. You understand that this conversation has been happening for 2 years. First of all, I'm not absolving you from your trip. You guys are not little kids. You are fucking 30 years old, right? People in your age have families and they have a career, and you need to stop. I'm just saying this because you're my little brothers, but you're not little,
No.
right? You need to stop infantilizing yourself. It's like we're just stupid people doing stupid stuff. You're 30 years old and you need to be aware of what's happening in the world, and that your reach and your platforms mean something and it affects people. And I think the biggest reason why people were so upset for you, not because you brought someone and you didn't contest him, that it is the talking point that he used is the same talking points that have been used for 2 years to kill thousands of people.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but at first I thought I was the only one who has been watching these Nelk Boys for 30 years, claiming they are 30. Like, I know this is out of context, but guys, when will the Nelk Boys actually cross the age of 30? Because to be honest, I think they have stretched this 30 years old drama long enough and keep using that number to portray themselves as kids who are just having fun and not caring much about what's happening in this world.
Definitely. I wish we could have gone back and, had 2 weeks to sit down with someone like yourself and we should have grilled him 50,000, 100,000 times harder, but something we can't get back, and we'll probably always regret.
Hey Nelk Boys, this is not some drama going on with Israel and Palestine, and no one gave you the permission to take this serious matter as a joke. You invite anyone without proper research, go anywhere without proper understanding, and spread lies in front of the whole world. Then when it's too late and people start to bash you, as always you start acting like, oh, you are young kids who didn't know anything, and now you regret it. People aren't going to buy this for long, and just like you have said, you regret it now in this podcast after destroying the whole image of Palestine. But guys, Bassem Youssef has done a great job teaching the Nelk Boys that they need to stop pretending to be kids and take full accountability for their actions. And later on, Bassem Youssef pointed out even more things that almost made the Nelk Boys cry inside. So let's continue the video.
Right? So, I mean, and part of the reason why people were so angry is that, forget even if you don't know anything about the conflict, there was like a total lack of critical thinking. They bomb hospitals, it's not us, it's Hamas. Oh, it's us, but there were Hamas underneath it. It's maybe a mistake. Then after bombing hospital, they bomb schools, and then they bomb entire residential areas. Then they kill women and children. And now, 2 years later, we're discussing the same question, but like, are we starving them or is it Hamas starving them?
Guess.
Why do they say Israel's like starving the people of Gaza?
Well, because we're trying to get the food in, and we let food trucks in, and guess what happens when we let them in? Hamas steals the food, takes the good chunk for itself. Then they jack up the prices, and then they sell the food to its population, to its hungry population, if they give them at all. And then use the money that they take from their own people to recruit more killers into their terror machine.
You see the cycle of deceit, the cycle of lies, the cycle of propaganda. So that's why I'm not coming here to say like, oh, they are starving, because I'm not going to go after each and every single lie that he said, because it's exhausting, and they have been doing that for 2 years. So I'm here to show you the patterns and the bigger picture, to understand that you are sitting with a narcissistic, psychopathic liar that used to gaslighting people and lie them to them in their faces.
One thing that hurt me the most when we had him on was just, I have a lot of personal, friendships and stuff from people of all religions, and a lot of people were obviously just upset, and they were messaging me personally, like friends, and saying, why did you have him on and stuff. So when I told them that we were having you on to explain us the bigger picture, they were all very excited. So honestly, we just want to learn about this, and we obviously just want to use our platform to educate people.
But I'm telling you this, and I can see in your eyes, it's the first time you ever heard about this. This is crazy. This is manufactured. So part of me is angry at you guys for not knowing, but part of me, I have empathy for you, because this is the kind of a bubble that was created intentionally by the media to tell you that all the perpetrators, the people on the other side, are the terrorists, they are the evil people, and Israel is our greatest ally. This is prime brainwashing. So you understand what I mean? So when you say like it's difficult to be Jewish, yes, I understand, but it is kind of like you are.
I think it's the I can't speak for Steiny, but I have other Jewish friends, and what they'll say to me is what Israel's doing right now makes it tougher to be prideful of, being Jewish.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is
But I don't
that-
wanna speak for
no,
Jewish
but
people,
but you
but-
understand. But you see, the mistake here is like now you're linking being Jewish to being pro-Israel. It's like me linking being Muslim to being pro-ISIS. It's like being proud to be German to be a Nazi, because that is what Israel is.
To sum up everything, people like Nelk Boys, just for fame and controversy, end up selling themselves to those who don't actually deserve a platform to spread lies. You can say whatever you want, but I will never believe that what the Nelk Boys did with Benjamin Netanyahu was unintentional. They knew very well that doing the podcast would create instant controversy. News channels, YouTubers, everyone would start talking about them. They would become the talk of the town. And that's exactly what happened. Even Bassem Youssef admitted that he didn't know who the Nelk Boys were, but after the podcast he found out. Guys, comment down below how many of you hadn't even heard of the Nelk Boys before the Netanyahu podcast. So now after the podcast went viral as planned, they are acting like they regret it, just to clean up their image and turn the hate into support. Do you believe their statement, or do you think it's just another drama to fix their image? Let me know in the comments, and guys, please subscribe to the channel, please. It means a lot to me if you show some support, and as always, thanks for watching.